Hey guys, today I want to show you a quick review of the Tascam 788, which is an awesome device. I'm really addicted to it. It's so cool. It's an old one, of course, built in, I guess, 2005, something like that, and worth about 1,000 euros here in Germany, I guess. Today you can find it on eBay about, I don't know, maybe 200 up to 250 euros, which is pretty much after 15 years. So what is it for a kind of device? You see that it has, I hope you can see it. It has 6 inputs. 4 balanced inputs for instruments or microphones, but with a standard jack, so you don't have XLR here, and you don't have phantom power, which is not so good. And you've got a switch here, which switches the 4th input from line mic input to high impedance guitar input. You can see it on the front, you see? And you have those 4 inputs, and you've got one stereo input, 2 further inputs called aux input here. So you've got a total of 6 inputs, and you've got a total of 6 outputs, yeah? Or 3 stereo outputs. You can see it here. 4 outputs with those jacks, and 1 stereo output with standard jacks. Apart from that, you've got 1 digital output, which is linked to the stereo output here. You've got no digital input. That's an issue too. You've got MIDI, and you've got SCSE, SCSI, I guess you call it, which is an old format for external CD drives, CD writers, etc. You don't find any USB ports, so there is no chance to change data from this device to a PC or something else. Except the digital out, or you try to get an CD writer and write a CD, which you can then use in a laptop or something else. So that's another issue. So you've got 6 input, 6 output digital mixer with 8 tracks recording device internal. You can mix the 6 outputs to 6 channels, for example, and bounce those channels to the 8 ones to a stereo channel, and then take the next 6 line-ins for another mix. And the really, really awesome feature of this device is the routing capacity. Tascam, I don't know how they made it. Tascam has for every step of recording the possibility designed to get a specialized routing for this mixer, and it's very difficult to understand, but it's really, really, really awesome. I like this very much. Okay, if you don't use it, let's just say it's a 6 input, 6 output, 8 track hard disk recording device. Okay, so this was the first device Tascam built with an internal hard disk. So no tape or cassette, etc. And the problem with the hard disk here is that those IDE hard drives had been and still are pretty damn loud. So we switched on. Take a look at this. Have you seen it? All those wonderful LEDs. I like it. It's really awesome. Now it's going to scan the drive, the hard drive. You see, we have a version 2 here. With version 2, you can use up to 64 gigabytes of hard drive. You can use a bigger one. I've got an 80 gigabyte hard drive here, but it only uses then 64 gigabytes. There's no possibility to use more than that, regardless of which hard drive you really install. I've bought an old IDE hard drive from eBay, and the issue with the old drives is, maybe you can hear it through the camera, they are damn pretty loud. Can you hear it? That's such an annoying noise. Really, there's no way to make recordings with this device as long as the device itself is so damn noisy. So I thought, what about changing the IDE port or the hard disk from the IDE port with a standard IDE Can you see it? SD card reader. Is it possible that this device will take this card reader and a 64 gigabyte SD card as alternative to a hard disk? Or will it say, oh, I don't know this, I won't do it. I bought this card on eBay too for, I don't know, €7 or something. And now I'm going to build it in and show you if this device is possible to use an SD card instead of the hard drive, so it will be quiet. Let's see what happens. See you then. All right, we are ready to go. The SD card is mounted, and I will try to power it up now. Let's hope it works. Okay, power on. Oh, it's still beautiful. Now it should scan the drives. I should mention that the card is bootable, so you shouldn't need a special driver for the card, because even without drivers, it should be possible to recognize the card and boot from it. And I hope that's something that he recognizes this too in this moment. Okay. No error yet. And what's more important, no sound at all, no noise. I like that. It's damn pretty quiet. Though nothing happens here. That's not good. That's not good. We are waiting. Uh-oh. The software of this device and of the newer device are more or less compatible, more or less the same. If it's not possible for this device to format the SD card, and it seems that this is the issue because nothing happens here, then it might be possible to format the SD card first in a newer DP device, like I said, DP6 I fear. I'll try that because the DP device has an SD card slot. And if the DP device formatted the SD drive and therefore prepared it for the use with Tascam devices, then it might be possible that this device also recognizes the CD drive. I'm not sure if this works, but I will try this next because nothing happens here, which is a pity, really a pity. Okay, let's try that. Okay, long story short, this is the Tascam DP6. This one has got a nearly identical firmware like our Tascam 788, although it's much smaller, as you can see. This device actually uses SD cards. You can put them in the back. So I tried to format our SD card with this device. But that's the pity, this device doesn't accept SD cards with 64 gigabyte, I guess. I haven't looked it in the seen the manual, but I get an error from this one. So my last hope was to format the SD card in a standard PC. I've got Windows 10 here, and I've already put a card in here, and I hope you can see it. You see it. I use these settings to format the SD card, although it would be best to put the standards here. So you've got the standards for the units. I don't know how to call it in English. And I don't use quick format, but standard format. And while Windows 10 is going to format our SD card, you see that it will format it for 58 gigabyte, not 64. I'm not sure why. Maybe that's normal. Maybe our card is broken or has been broken by our try to format it with the Tascam. But if I start this now, this will take about 2 hours. And after that, we'll see what's going on. Meanwhile, I have mounted our SD card device to the board from the Tascam 788. Maybe it's time to take a shorter look, so you can try to get the same device on eBay. This one comes from Chinese, and you've got a kind of serious number here. It says SD35VC0. It has 2 power connectors, one for hard drive, one for FTD. We use this for hard drive, of course, and it's got 3 LEDs over here. Maybe that helps you to identify. I was I was concerned. No. I tried to get a device which is bootable. I've already told you that. This one is bootable. You don't need any driver to use it. Just put your SD card in it, and the Tascam should recognize it as a standard HD drive, standard hard disk. We will see. Okay, the SD card is ready. I put it in there. Doesn't look that beautiful. I guess if you do this with your device, you will have a much better metalwork than I was able to do here. Or I'm sorry for that, but well, this is January 21. All stores are closed because of Corona. I don't have the needed tools here. I will build this in, and we will see what happens then. Here we go. This is the back of the device. One issue is that this power cable is connected to the top of the card, and therefore, it's the wrong way. Wait a minute. Therefore, it's very, very high, actually. Can you see this? It's nearly too high. I hope this fits. Okay. Yeah, I'll try this. Here we go. Everything is back in place. There's a card. And now we're going to power it up. Whoop. Where is our power switch? Here we go. Oh yes, we like this. Please wait. We know this. Scan drives, okay. This is something he does even if he has no hard disk drive attached to the unit. So it doesn't mean anything. And after that, yeah, he make partitions. That means he accepted the card. And he create a song, because if there is a new hard drive installed, he needs to build one first song so that you can use the Tascam at all. And as you will see, yeah, it will take some time. Oh, seemed to be a large song. No, of course the song is empty. Now he reads the song he just made. And he's complete. Here's our song. Welcome! And you see the Tascam is working. So now we take a look at the disk menu. Wait. Disk, here we go. Enter. And we take is it wrong? Select, so we can take a look at the partitions. And you see, he made 4 partitions. Yeah, I guess you call it this way. And because our card has only 58 gigabyte, he made 3 partitions for 16 gigabyte and 1 with 10 gigabyte. That's a bit annoying, because there are 6 gigabytes missing, which is much if you just record audio. But after all, now that we know it works, we can switch the SD card every time we like. We've got a port. Another thing we have to talk about, if we store a song here, for example, let's just make a quick recording here. Whoop. Okay, start recording. Hello, test. This is a short test recording. And we save this. Yep. So this is song 1, I guess he named it. Yeah, we can try to load it again and we'll see. Yeah, song 001. Okay, this song is on our card now. Here he is. You can still use, by the way, the eject shut button to power the unit down. So he doesn't need to park the SD drive, the HDD drive now, but yeah, still works. Okay, if we put out our SD card, here it is. Put it into a standard PC. Then this PC shouldn't be able to recognize a song because, yeah, you see it here. Because Tascam uses its own, can you see it? It uses its own firmware and its own audio format. It's not a WAV data. It's a specialized, I don't know, something secret whatsoever Tascam file, and the PC isn't able to recognize those. You got this message in English. It says, should I format the SD card? So he doesn't even recognize anything on the card. He just wants to format it, which isn't good. No, don't do this. You can't use the SD card to change audio data from the Tascam to the PC. Okay, that just doesn't work. If it's possible to put the SD card into a modern DP unit, so that the DP unit can convert the Tascam audio to WAV files, I haven't tested this. Maybe it's possible, but you cannot do this like we have already recognized with a 65 gigabyte card. So the Tascam 788 is able to convert audio data to WAV files too, but you see he's scanning for drive, though he doesn't have any SD card in it. But you can export and import WAV data only if there is an SD writer connected to the unit. You can use via the SCSI port. You can use system fail. No, he doesn't find any disk. Okay. You can use there is a list of CD writers you can use. Those are from Tascam, of course, or from TEAC. And you can still find those on eBay, but they are kind of expensive. And I don't know if it's possible to use this the SCSI, you see there, the SCSI port with an SD card reader also. There are SD card readers with the SCSI port, but they are about 100 euros on eBay, so I haven't bought them and I haven't tested it. The unit can recognize external hard disk on the SCSI port, or like I said, SD drives, CD drives. So if you put in a SCSI SD card unit on this port, I guess the Tascam will recognize the SD card as external hard disk device, not as a CD writer. And I'm not sure, I haven't tested it yet, if you can use the option for WAV data export or import with an external hard drive. I don't think so. The manual says you can only use the WAV format if you have a CD writer connected and not an external hard disk. So if you use an SD card reader to SCSI, I guess the unit will recognize it as external hard disk and will not be able to export WAV data or import WAV WAV audio files to the unit here. But I haven't tested it. Maybe someone knows more than me, and you can write some comments on the specs of the SCSI port and maybe some workarounds how to import or export WAV audio files. I'll show you the menu quick. You've got the CD write manual here, and you see under that manual you have the option to, where is it? To WAV or import, and if I say okay, please export our WAV files, he said drive not found, of course. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. So the easiest workaround, I guess, would be to use a 32 gigabyte card and try to export it with an DP unit. Though I'm not sure if this unit is able to do this, because obviously it might have a similar firmware, but this one is a 6-track unit. The Tascam over here is 8-track. I don't know if the firmware copes with the audio files from this unit. Okay, so far. I hope that helps you. Maybe you can upgrade your device, your Tascam unit, and have a lot of fun with it. See you then.